الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. In our last class, we learned that nouns that end in alif, whether it is the regular alif like this, or it is alif maqsura like this, they cannot hold harakat, they cannot hold signs at their end because they end in alif, and alif does not have a haraka. So for that reason, when such nouns are preceded by harf jar, for example, min, you won't be able to pronounce the kasra at the end of the noun. The way you say min al-bayti, al-baytu, min al-bayti, the way you put kasra at the end of al-bayt because of the min, you won't be able to put it at the end of al-mustashfa, for example. You will still say min al-mustashfa. You won't be able to put it at the end of America, for example. You still have to say min America. The same thing applies to nouns such as in kaltara, it also ends in alif, as well as Musa, it also ends in alif. So you see that if you want to pronounce this, you say min in kaltara. The jar, which is supposed to be represented with the kasra, you won't be able to pronounce the kasra at the end. Fil mustashfa, you won't be able to pronounce the kasra, which is supposed to be caused by the harf jar. Li Musa. If the name after this li were maybe, let's say Muhammad, would have said li Muhammadin, right? But because it's a name or a noun that ends in alif, in this case alif maqsura, the kasra cannot be shown, nor can it even be expressed or pronounced. So you just say li Musa, min America, and so on. One other thing that we did not touch on last week is the word amama and the word khalfa. Amama and khalfa, they are two words that mean, okay, amama means in front of. We learned that before. Khalfa means behind. Amama means in front of. Khalfa means behind. Any word that comes after amama, please pay attention to this. Any word that comes after amama or that comes after khalfa or that comes after other words that are categorized together with amama and khalfa, we'll come across them later on. Any word that comes after amama or comes after khalfa or comes after any other word which is under the same category with amama and khalfa, that category we'll learn it later. Such words that come after amama, that come after khalfa, they are automatically referred to as mudafun ilayhi grammatically. Mudafun ilayhi. You find amama, the word after it has to be mudafun ilayhi. You find khalfa, the word after it has to be mudafun ilayhi. When we say mudafun ilayhi, that means it is going to have what at the end? I'm asking everybody.
Jar. Kasra.
No, it's going to have a jar at the end.
Kasra,
A kasra at the end. So it's going to have a kasra at the end. So masjidun or al-masjidu, I will say amam al-masjidi. Al-baytu khalf al-bayti. Like that. So amama makes the word, the noun after it makes it mudafun ilayhi. Khalfa also makes the noun after it mudafun ilayhi. I hope this is clear. Is amama a harf jar? No, amama is not a harf jar. What about khalfa? Is it a harf jar? No, khalfa is not a harf jar. In fact, both of them are types of nouns. They are categorized under nouns. They are not huruf. They are nouns, but something is special about them. Whenever you find them, you find that a noun comes after them, and that noun is mudafun ilayhi. So you say amam al-talibi khalf al-madrasati, like that. Is this clear? I'll add two things to this. Amama means in front of, khalfa means behind. Let me add two other words that fall under the same category. Two other words that fall under the same category are qabl and ba'd. So
now, I would say is also part of it.
What did you say?
I would say tahta is also part of it.
Correct. Tahta is also part of it. Nah, have you come across tahta here?
No, I think
No.
we put something above.
Brother Qasim, Abdul Alim, you're saying something?
No, I'm trying to, when you said Tata, I'm trying to speak about Tata Moshit. I'm trying to remember Tata. They used to start Tata Moshit, so it will not be Tata Moshit. Inshallah. Okay. No,
Okay,
I'm trying to remember something.
Okay, that's
Mashia.
under Allah's will. So they'll say tahta al-mashi'ati. Tahta al-mashi'ati. People who commit sins in this world, who still remain Muslims till they die, but they did not repent from that sin, nor did Allah afflict them. Nor did Allah afflict them with a calamity which is going to wash away their sins, nor did they do some good deeds which is going to atone for their bad deeds, nor did they do any of the other things which scholars say delete sins. So they die having those sins on their heads, but they still remain Muslims. So such people, and these sins are like great sins. These sins are great because if they are minor sins, they will be deleted by the 5 daily prayers and so on. But these sins are major sins. So when they die with those sins still upon their heads, they are tahta mashi'atillahi. Tahta mashi'atillah. They are under Allah's will, under Allah's wish. Insha'a adhabahu, if he likes, he punish them, wa insha'a ghafara lahum, or afa anhum. If he likes, he will pardon them. So where did we go from? So we went from tahta. Tahta is also under. So tahta means under. Fawqa means above. Right? Tahta. No, sorry. Tahta means under. Fawqa means above. Tahta and fawqa, they are also together with amama and khalfa. If you look closely, you will see that all these things they are indicating places. Amama is indicating a place. Khalfa, amama means in front of, it's indicating a place. Khalfa, behind, is indicating a place. Tahta is indicating a place under. Fawqa is also indicating a place. So all those like al-jihad to sit, that is front, back, up, down, and so on, all of them, they are together with amama and khalfa. Tahta is above, fawqa is below. So if I want to say that something is, tahta is below, fawqa is above. Let's first do fawqa. Al-arshu is Allah's arsh. If I want to say that Allah is above al-arsh, I want someone to say it.
Allahu. Allahu.
فوق العرش.
فوق العرش.
فوق العرش. نعم. فوق العرش. Okay. Now I want to say the garden, the flowing rivers are al-anhar. Al-anharu. The flowing rivers are under al-jannah. They are under al-jannah. How do I say the flowing rivers are beneath? Al-jannah.
مثل الجنة
الأنهار تحت الجنة.
الأنهار تحت الجنة. الأنهار تحت الجنة. The flowing rivers are تحت الجنة, beneath al-jannah. How do I say the cat is under the table?
القط تحت المكتب.
Very good. القط تحت المكتب. القط تحت المكتب. So أمام خلف تحت فوق, all of them are indicating places. And we said that anything that comes after them will be مضاف إليه مجرور, that is going to have jar or kasra simply. We also have some other ones. While أمام خلف تحت فوق, while they are indicating places, we have some that are indicating time. We have some that are indicating time. Example is qabl and bad. Qabl and bad. I want to say that food is after as-salat, for example. Food is a ta'am. So I want to say food is after as-salat. As-salat after you use this. So how do you say food is after salat?
الطعام بعد الصلاة.
بعد الصلاة.
الطعام بعد الصلاة. الطعام بعد الصلاة. How do I say al-wudu? Al-wudu is before salat.
Al-wudu
قبل الصلاة.
قبل الصلاة. قبل الصلاة. قبل الصلاة. قبل الصلاة. Just to add one extra thing, in the Quran, if you see min before it will become min ba'di. If you see min before it will become min qabli. If you see min before tahta, it becomes min tahti. تجري من tahti. تجري من تحتها الأنهار. But ordinarily you say تحت الجنة. تحته. تحتها. You say بعد الصلاة. بعد الفجر. بعد الفجر. بعدها. بعده. You say قبله. قبل الصلاة. قبله. قبلها. I hope you understand. Okay. So What is the name that is given to all this this category of they are nouns, by the way? They are nouns amama, khalfa. In English, if you translate this into English, they become adverbs, maybe adverbs of place or something like that. Okay, some of them may be prepositions like amama, khalfa, before, behind. Those ones are maybe prepositions, and other ones may fall under adverbial phrase of time or of place. Anyway, in Arabiya, amama, khalfa, fawqa, tahta, as well as qabl and ba'd, all of them, each of them is called a dharf. Each of them is called a what? Dharfun. Each of them is called a dharf.
Including qabla, ba'da, tata, amama, all.
Yes.
They have the same name, right?
Yes, they just have two categories. There's the one that indicates place, like amama, khalfa, and so on. They indicate place, so they call them dharfu makan, the dharf of place. But other ones like qabl and ba'd, which means before and after, they indicate time, so they call them dharf what?
Awqat.
Waqt means time, but that's not the term that they use. They use zaman.
Oh, az-zaman.
So we have ظرف مكان like أمام and خلفه. And we have ظرف زمان like قبل and بعد. Is this clear?
No.
Any question before we move on? No question. Okay. No. By the way, what did I say ظرف? A ظرف, is it ism or fi'l or harf?
Ism.
Ism, very good. Ism, very good. No. And it means so far, we've learned some kinds of words that like you need to be told that they are ism. For example, Adam and Muhammad and Yusuf, nobody needs to tell you that they are ism, right? But there are some words that we have to be told that, oh, this is also referred to as ism in Arabiya. In Arabiya, they call this ism. Can you mention some of those words which are ism in Arabiya or categories?
Tab, or is it something like that? Okay, words that can also uwa.
Things like huwa, which are pronouns. So huwa is also ism.
Okay.
Hada and hadihi, which are demonstrative pronouns, asma al-ishara, they are also ism. What again have we come across?
Zarf.
Now, today we've also come across dharf. Dharf, such as khalfa, ba'da, qabla, amama, and so on. Dharf are also categorized under ism. It's very important to know under what category each word falls in Arabic. Is it categorized under ism or harf or fi'l? Okay. So Yeah, I think we can go on now. In the past, earlier on, we...
So, Assalamu alaikum. So it means that categorization now, because the question you have been telling us they are taking.
What did you say? No, walaikum salam.
The rule we learnt before, which of these rules are this one following? As Zaman, colorful, which rule? Okay, this one still have. Which rule are they following to give them ism? Or do we just take it like that?
Do you just take it like that, as in? I didn't get it.
That, okay, when we see a Zaman, the one that has to do with Qabula, Bada, or Mankan, anytime we see them, anything in that level, they are all ism. Or do they have rules that we use to further hold on to them that they are ism?
I think I understand this question.
Okay. Are you using an earpiece, brother Abu Alamin? Maybe you should take it away from your mouth a little bit now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
No, better. No.
Okay. I was saying that I understood this question.
Okay.
The Zorf the Ustaz just told us is he wants us to understand that yes, there is a category of ismo that is called Zorf, and they are divided just into two, Az-Zaman and Al-Makan. And that when any word comes after them, they will take a kasra. So that is the rule. But that the Zorf in itself and on its own, there is no rule other than that they are divided into two categories. If there's any rule at all for them, is when it now came to say that when a mean comes before them, they will also take a kasra as against taking a fatha. That's the understanding I have of the question he asked.
Just like other ism, just like any other ism, when mean ila, you understand what I'm saying? When they come before this one and two, they will all take kasra. That's what I'm trying to. It got it, Allahu, you are very perfect. The only thing I want to just say is that, so which means it's not only me. All other Ufujan, Ila, all the other ones, when they come, it will also give them kasra.
Okay, so let me just say that we once mentioned some of the things that make you know that this thing is an ism. We once mentioned some like signs to show that this is an ism. One of it is that it can have alif and lam and so many other things. We said it's not all all of them do not have to be present, but when you see one, it indicates that this is an ism. For amama and ba'da and other amama and khalfa and ba'da and qabla, all of them, you will see that harf jar can come before them. For example, min, and particularly min, not other harf jar. The harf jar you use with qabla and ba'da is min. So you can say min qabli, you can say min ba'di, right? So the fact that harf jar can come before them shows that they are ism, they are asma. If a harf jar cannot come before a fi'l, a harf jar cannot come before another harf. When you find harf jar, the word that comes after harf jar, it is an ism. The coming of harf jar before it is an indication that it's an ism. But amama and khalfa, sometimes it can just come like that without harf jar. When it comes without harf jar, you have a fatha on it. When harf jar comes before it, you change it to a kasra. So you say khalfa, but if harf jar comes before it, you put kasra. You say min khalfi. Qabla, min qabli. Ba'da, min ba'di. And the word that comes after the qabl and the ba'd will be a noun that will be mudafun ilayhi. Is this clear?
Yes.
Now, so let's quickly go on. In previously, we explained that we carefully explained the difference between this boy. Oh no, let's say, okay, this is a boy and this boy. Does anybody remember the difference? Can you say it in Arabic? This is a boy first. This is a boy.
هذا ولد.
Very good. What about this boy?
ذا رجل. هذا ولد.
This boy?
هذا الولد.
Good. هذا
هذا
الولد. هذا الولد. This boy. هذا الولد. This boy. This is a boy. هذا ولد. هذا ولد. This boy. هذا الولد. Please, if you find that you're still confused with this thing, just go and find some time to sit down and just get your head around it, wrap your head around it very well, because it's very, very important to be able to differentiate between this is a boy and this boy. This is a boy, هذا ولد. This boy, هذا الولد. هذا الولد. Good. So, also, we also have to differentiate between okay, see. No, let me use okay. The book is big. The book is big. And the big book. Let's leave Arabiya aside for now. The book is big and the big book. Which one is a sentence among the two? Are they both sentences, or are they both not sentences? Or is it that just one is a sentence? And which one is a sentence if there's just one sentence?
The book is big.
The first one is a sentence. The second one is a phrase.
Good.
The book
The
is
first
good,
one is a
big
sentence.
is a sentence.
The second one is a phrase. The book is big. The big book. In English, they will say that big is an adjective, right?
No.
By the way, adjectives in Arabic are all nouns. An adjective in Arabic is a noun. There's no separate category. Yes, there's a term for adjective, but then it's also a noun. So in English, they say big is an adjective. Big here too is an adjective. So what differentiates the adjective here from the adjective here? English people will say that, oh, the adjective here is predicative. The book is big. As if the book is a subject and is big is a predicate. So they say the adjective here is predicative. And while the adjective here, the big book is attributive. Attributive. In this sentence, the first sentence, the book is big. The adjective comes to make the sentence complete. So it forms a whole sentence. The book, subject, is big, predicate, makes a full meaning. But here, the adjective here is not helping to form a whole sentence. It's just like an attribute for book here. Now let's see if we can. Let's see how to convert this into Arabiya. Let's first start with the book is big. How do we say that?
الكتاب كبير.
Very good. Al-kitabu kabirun. This is what we've been learning so far. This is what we've been learning so far. Al-Kitabu Kabirun. We've learned how to say Al-Kitabu Kabirun, like so far. Okay, the big book. Are we also going to say Al-Kitabu Kabirun for sure? No. We can't. The big book cannot be Al-Kitabu Kabirun. How do you say the big book in Arabic? That's the subject of today's dars, today's lesson.
Al-Kitabu Kabir.
Come again.
Kitabun
No, it's the subject of
Kabirun.
today's level.
I don't want Abu
Kabir.
Masin to talk. Abu Masin, don't talk.
Okay, Al-Kitabu
Okay, sir.
Kabir. There's no rule.
What this?
Kitabun Kabir.
You have to put haraka at the end. You
Al-Kitab.
cannot put.
Al-Kitabun Kabir. Ìwé yẹn tóbi.
Kabir, the ra does not have any haraka.
No haraka.
No. So now it has to end in Dhamma, whether
He has
double Dhamma or single Dhamma.
He has sukun. Okay, then I'm wrong.
Kitabun Kabirun.
Kitabun Kabirun, right?
No, you have
What's the
removed
meaning of
the. What of
Kitabun?
al? Ìwé tóbi.
Let's take what he said, brother Al-Qasim. Kitabun Kabirun. How do you translate Kitabun Kabirun? I want someone else, aside brother Alaw, to translate Kitabun Kabirun.
The big book.
Kitabun,
No,
not
Kitabun, no, there's no
Al-Kitab.
D.
A big book.
Big book.
Very good. Very good. Kitabun. So let's write down that out. Kitabun Kabirun means what?
A big book.
A big book. So that's not what we are looking for. Kitabun Kabirun, a big book. We want the big book. How do we say that?
The big book. Al-Kitabu Kabiru. Al-Kitabu Kabiru. Al-Kitabu Al-Kabiru.
Very good. Very good. But Abu Al-Amin, Abdul Alim, what did you say?
Al-Kitabun Al-Kabiru.
Very good. Al-Kitabu Al-Kabiru. Even though I think it is just a mini, but still. Al-Kitabu Al-Kabiru. Can you hear me? Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Is it right? Yes.
Okay. So we have how many things written out here? Now let me erase this part. We have 3 different expressions. The first one is Al-Kitabu Kabirun. This is what we've always been learning. Al-Kitabu Kabirun. Meaning what? Al-Kitabu.
The book is big.
The book. Kabirun is big. Al-Kitabu. The book. Kabirun is big. Okay, what of Al-Kitabul Kabiru? Al-Kitabul Kabiru.
The big book.
The big book.
The big book. Very good. So if you want to say, for example, if you want to say the trustworthy prophet or the trustworthy messenger, you say Ar-Rasulul Amin. If you want to say the glorious Quran, you say Al-Quranul Kareem. We'll come back to all of that. So Al-Kitabul Kabiru, the big book. How do you say a big book? Kitabun Kabirun, a big book. Kitabun Kabirun, a big book. As for the first one, Al-Kitabu Kabirun, the book is big. We know that one already. The ones that are new, which we are taking today, are this. The ones that are new are this. How to say the big book and how to say a big book. To say the big book, you say Al-Kitabul Kabiru, Al-Kitabu, Al-Kabiru, Al-Kitabul Kabiru. To say a big book, you say Kitabun Kabirun, Kitabun Kabirun. Now, I want to ask you, how do you say a far masjid? A far masjid. I'm asking everybody.
Masjidun ba'idun.
Very good. Masjidun ba'idun. How do you say the far masjid?
Al-masjidul ba'id.
Al-masjidul al-ba'id. Very good. Al-masjidu al-ba'idu, but you have to link it. Al-masjidul ba'id. Okay. What about how to say the masjid is far?
Al-masjidu
ba'idun.
Al-masjidu ba'idun. That one we've learned it before. Al-masjidu ba'idun. We learned that before. And that one we said that al-masjidu is the mubtada. Ba'idun is the khabar. Al-masjidu mubtada. Ba'idun khabar. Al-masjidu, the masjid. Okay, what happened to the masjid? Ba'idun, it's far. So ba'idun is the khabar. That's what we learned before, right?
Yes, sir.
But now to say the far masjid, you say al-masjidul ba'idu. A far masjid, you say masjidun ba'idun. Okay, how do you say a hot water?
Ma'un harun.
Ma'un harun. Ma'un harun. How do you say the hot water?
Al-ma'u liharu.
Al-ma'ul haru. Al-ma'ul haru. How do you say the water is hot?
Al-ma'u harun. Al-ma'u harun.
Al-ma'u harun. Al-ma'u harun. Is there anybody still struggling with differentiating all these things? Nobody. Okay. So let me be calling us one after the other. Abu Abdul Alim, I want you to say, so I'm not even going to, okay, let me just, so because of time, I want you to say, okay, I want you to say a clean handkerchief.
Mindini, a clean, clean.
Clean is Nazif. Nazif.
Nazif, okay. And Nazif, and Nazim, and Al-Mindini Nazif. Al-Mindini Nazif. No, Mindini Nazif.
Mindilun Nazifun, right?
Nazifun, now.
A clean handkerchief. Mindilun Nazifun. How do I say the clean handkerchief?
Al-Mindinu Nazifi.
Come on, I don't understand. Come again.
Al-Mindinu Nazifu.
You said a clean handkerchief is mindilun nadhifun. Tenwin, mindilun nadhifun. The clean handkerchief will not be what?
The clean handkerchief will now be okay, al-mindinu an-nazifu.
Were you distracted before?
Sure, I was. When you called me, I cannot be the last because I'm actually in the middle of. They called me. I was sorry about that. So I just had to tell you that I need to attend to this. Sorry, I can listen now, sir.
Now, so how do you now say the handkerchief is clean? The handkerchief.
I cannot just ask. Can you hear him? Can anybody hear him? Okay, I can hear him now. How do you say what?
The handkerchief is clean.
And that one is alimin dinu nazifu.
Very good, very good. MashaAllah. Now, Brother Ismail. How do you say, let's say the word kabir means like when someone is old in age. Kabirun. So how do you say an old imam? So no, don't use old. Use young. Young is saghir. How do you say an old, a young imam?
Imamun sagirun.
Very good. How do you say the young imam?
Al-imamu sagiru.
With alif and lam at the saghir, right? Al-imamu saghiru.
Sagiru.
How do you say the imam is young?
Al-himamu sagirun. Al-imamu sagirun.
Very good. Very good. Abu Al-Amin.
I am confused. Oh, that one he said. The first one and the last one he said, they look the same.
No, they are not the same. Don't worry. It's the same as the way you did yours too. It's the same. So he said, Imamun Saghirun, Al-Imamu Saghiru, Al-Imamu Saghiru. The first one is Imamun Saghirun, a young imam. The second one is Al-Imamu As-Saghiru, Al-Imamu As-Saghiru, that is Al-Imamu Saghiru, the young imam. Then the third one is Al-Imamu Saghirun, Al-Imamu Saghirun. Okay, Abu Al-Amin, how do you say a big sheikh?
Shaykhun kabirun.
Now, how do you say the big sheikh?
Ash-shaykhu kabiru.
Now, how do you say the sheikh is big?
Ash-shaykhu kabirun.
Very good. MashaAllah. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe because I was a bit distracted. That's what I'm getting confused. So the one I want to say now, the last one, al-shaykhun, al-kabirun. It is not al-kabirun. So if you remove the alif and lam and went to put in the last one, are they still the same? Just like we have learned before.
Al-shaykhu al-kabiru, the big sheikh. Shaykhun kabirun, a big sheikh. Al-shaykhu kabirun, the sheikh is big.
I think the confusion, Sheikh, I think the confusion is the Shamsiya, the Lam Shamsiya, that is being pronounced instead of Ali Sheikh, that is being pronounced as Sheikh. You understand? I think that is where his confusion is. That is what I think it is.
Oh, I think so too, actually.
Yeah.
Because when we said Al-Imam As-Saghir, maybe he did not know that we also pronounce for the Saghir, there is Alif and Lam before it. That's why we put shadda on the sword. So we said Al-Imam As-Saghir, the young Imam.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
So please revise
Okay.
Al-Shamsiyya wal-Qamariya, sun and moon letters, how to pronounce them. You can ask me for the specific link later on, or you should just check the YouTube
Okay, sir. No problem.
playlist you find
No problem.
in the description. Naam. Abu Muhsin, I want you to say, I want you to say, oh yeah, we've done heavy, right? Have we done heavy?
Now, we have done everything.
Okay. I want you to say a heavy pot.
Okay. Kidirun
That's challenging.
thaqilun. Kidirun thaqilun.
I knew I was going to catch you.
Now?
I said I knew it was a trap.
Yes, did you catch me?
I was asking if I caught you. Check it very well.
I said,
who knows where I caught you?
What is it?
Yes, I caught you. You have to check again and say it again.
Okay, tell me what you want me to say again. Let me get it.
A heavy pot.
A heavy pot. Pot is kidirun. Did I get that?
Sure.
Heavy is thaqil. Thaqilun.
Sure.
Did I get that?
Sure.
So you now said a heavy pot. A heavy pot. And I said kidirun thaqilun. I said you caught me. So I don't understand.
Okay.
A big pot. Or is it not a big pot you want me to say?
It is a big pot.
A big pot.
Sorry, no. A heavy pot.
And I said kidirun thaqilun.
Yeah.
Takilatun. Hey, you caught me. Takilatun. You caught me. Takilatun. Yes, Kidru is feminine. Takilatun. Hey, you caught me. And moving in the right-handed. Yeah,
Takilatun. Okay, yeah. How do you say the heavy pot?
Al-Qidru thaqilatu.
Very good. Al-Qidru al-Thaqilatu, which is Al-Qidru al-Thaqilatu. Okay. How do you say the pot is heavy?
Al-Qidru Thaqilatun.
Very good. Quickly, let me show you something. The word Qidr, we all agree that it is what? Masculine or feminine? Feminine. So when Abu Muhsin said Qidrun Thaqilun, we said this is what's wrong. Why? Because Qidrun is feminine. The adjective, the what you use to describe it also has to be feminine. So you won't say Thaqilun, you will say Thaqilatun. So that's why when he changed it to Thaqilatun, we'll say, okay, yes, this is now right. What does this indicate? This indicates that both of them have to be of the same gender. Both of them have to be of the same gender. When you say Qidrun here, let's use another word which is more apparently feminine. Let's say Haqibatun. This one, every layman can know that it's feminine because there's ta marbuta. So Haqibatun, you want to say a heavy bag. Haqibatun, you won't say Thaqilun, you will say what? Thaqilatun. You say Thaqilatun. So if this is feminine, this also has to be feminine. If this is masculine, this also has to be masculine. That means they both must be of the same gender. They both must be of the same gender. They both must be of the same gender. We've been using masculine so far until this one we gave Abu Muhsin, so which is feminine. Jayid. Did you notice also that when we said when he said al-qidru, he put al here. He had to also put al here. So al-qidru as-thaqilatu. Al-qidru as-thaqilatu. The heavy pot. So that is number 2. They also both have to be the same in terms of definiteness. If the first one is definite, the second one has to be definite. If the first one is indefinite, the second one also has to be indefinite. Is it clear to this extent? I can't hear anybody. A heavy pot.
Can you please come back with your question?
A heavy pot. The heavy pot. The pot is heavy. What you are saying now applies to these first two. It doesn't apply to this one. This one is, we're not talking about how to say the pot is heavy. We're not talking about that one now. We've learned how to say the pot is heavy. This one falls under mubtada and khabar. That one is like what we've learned in the past. What we're learning today is not mubtada al khabar. I hope it is clear. We're learning how to say a heavy pot and the heavy pot. We're learning how to say a young imam and the young imam, a big sheikh, the big sheikh, a small book, the small book. Not the book is small. No, we've learned that one in the past. What we're learning now is how to say a small book or the small book. Is this clear? Is everybody sleeping?
No.
No.
Okay.
We are listening.
So both parts of the big pot, a big pot, the young boy, a young boy, the far masjid, a far masjid. Those two parts, they both must be the same in some things. We are listing out the things that they both must agree in. Number 1 is they both must agree in gender. They must have the same gender. If the first one is masculine, the second one has to be masculine. I will say, if I want to say a small boy, I will say waladun saghirun. But if I want to say a small girl, I will say bintun saghiratun. You understand? So they must be of the same gender. They must also be the same in definiteness. That is, if one is definite, the other also must be definite. If one is indefinite, the other must also be indefinite. So I will say الرجل الكبير, the big man. رجل كبير, a big man. So both in the first example, both of them have alif and lam. In the second example, both of them have tanween. We're going to see more examples soon. Let me write out. For the gender, example of the gender is waladun saghirun. We said in the book they use waladun to mean a boy. So bintun will not be what? Bintun what?
صغيرة.
صغيرة. Can you say that this is masculine and so this is masculine? This is feminine, this also has to be feminine. Is this clear? Also, definiteness. They must be the same in terms of definiteness. Waladun, is it definite or indefinite?
Indefinite.
That is why Saghirun also has to be indefinite. What if I put Alif and Lam before Waladun? I will have to also remove the Tanween and put also Alif and Lam. So it will be Al-Waladu As-Saghiru. Al-Waladu As-Saghiru. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Question. If I want to say the big Muhammad, maybe there are two Muhammads in a class, for example. There's Muhammad Junior, there's Muhammad Senior. I want to say the big Muhammad or the older Muhammad. No, the big Muhammad. How do I say it?
Muhammadul Kabir. Muhammadul Kabir.
I'll say Muhammadun. Then I'll say
Kabir.
Al-Kabiru. Muhammadun Al-Kabiru. Question. Are they both the same in gender?
No.
No, because Muhammad is masculine, Al-Kabiru is also masculine. It's not having any ta, it's not feminine, it's masculine. Another question. Are they both the same in definiteness? In terms of being definite, are they both the same?
Naam.
Muhammadun, is it definite or indefinite?
It's definite.
Why?
Alamun Mudhakkar.
Alamun. It's enough when you say alamun. Alamun, every alam is marifa, is definite. Okay, so because Muhammadun is definite by being alam, the adjective we use for it must also be definite. How do you make the word kabir definite? Put alif and lam in front of it. Okay, how do you say the big Aisha? Let's say there are two Aishas in a place, the big one and the small one. The big Aisha, how do you say that?
Aishatun kabiratun.
Aishatul Kabiratu.
Aishatul Kabiratu. Aishatu al-Kabiratu. Aishatul Kabiratu. Aishatu al-Kabiratu.
Aishatu Kabiratu. Did you say wrong? I'm sorry, the network fluctuated.
If you say Aishatu Kabiratun, that is Aisha is big. But that's not what we want to say. We want to say the big Aisha. The big Aisha. So that means the noun and its adjective, they must both be definite. If you want to say a big book, they must both be indefinite. A big book, both the big book and the big, both of them must be indefinite. A big book, they must both be indefinite. You say kitabun kabirun. The big book, they must both be definite. You say al-kitabul kabiru, al-kitabu al-kabiru. Okay, you now want to say the big Aisha. Aisha itself is definite already. So you just have to look for an adjective that will also be definite for it. Or like you also have to make the adjective definite. So Aisha too is definite. Why? Because it is alam, proper noun. So you won't say kabiratun. You have to say al-kabiratu. Is it clear?
Aishatu al-Kabiratu. Then if you say that, if a big Aisha, that means that the big Aisha and the big, that means that the big Aisha and a big Aisha are the same thing. It looks like the same thing. Hello, sir.
How do you say a big Aisha? How do you say a big Aisha?
This thing is breaking.
Can you hear me?
Hello, yes, you are echoing. Okay, now you're back. I'm sorry, maybe my network. It's not you 100%.
So wait, how do you say a big bag? A big bag.
Akibatun Kabir.
Come again. Al-Haqibatu.
Akibatun Kabir.
Yes, Al-Akibatun Kabir.
What did I say? Did I say a big bag?
Yes, sir, that's what you said.
Okay. A big bag is what?
Akibatun Kabiratun.
Good. Haqibatun kabiratun. Okay. The big bag.
Al-Akibatu
Kabiratun.
Kabiratun.
The al in front of haqiba, the al makes it definite, right?
Now.
If the al in front of haqiba makes it definite, being a proper noun for the name for the word Aisha also makes it definite. But no, it doesn't have alif and lam. Forget alif and lam. It's a proper noun. It is definite. Is it clear?
No.
So if haqibatun becomes definite by having alif and lam, Aisha too by itself is definite, but by itself is definite by being a proper noun, by being alam. So it means the adjective you use for it has to have alif and lam, has to be definite. Is there anybody, like, are you finding, is there anything confusing about this Aisha to al-Kabiratu?
Yes, I have a concern. Since by nature, Aisha is an alamun and cannot have an indefinite, cannot become indefinite because it is already definite and is fixed that way. It means it will be difficult to say a big Aisha.
There's a way to say it, but that's beyond the scope of the place.
I'm trying to ask if that is correct, that it will be difficult to say a big Aisha.
Yeah, it's difficult, but there's a way to say it. It's beyond the scope of the class.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Nah. So the word Aisha is definite, just like Muhammad is definite, just like Adam, Yusuf, Ibrahim, Mustafa, everything is definite. Why? Because they are all proper nouns. So you just have to look for an adjective that is also definite, right? So Aisha to al-Kabiru, al-Kabiratu, the big Aisha. Now, remember that we are not saying that Aisha is big. If it is Aisha is big, that's another thing totally which we've learned in the past. That's Mubtada and Khabar. Revise Mubtada and Khabar to know how to say Aisha is big, which is a whole sentence. Now we're learning how to say a phrase, the big Aisha. Okay. Again, they must be the same in gender. They must be the same in definiteness. They must be the same in some other two things, but I want us to digest these two first. They must be the same in gender. They must also be the same in definiteness. Let's see what's in the book. See. So, okay. الدرس التاسع, the 9th lesson. See, من هذا الرجل؟ من هذا الرجل؟ وهو عباس. عباس تاجر. عباس تاجر. عباس تاجر غني. عباس تاجر غني. The word غني, this is the first time it's coming in the book, right?
No. Ganiji.
So you will have to use your dictionary. Nobody should say what it means here. You use your dictionary to search for the meaning. Now, Hamidun mudarrisun. Hamidun mudarrisun jadidun. Mudarrisun jadidun. This is one of the new things we learned today. This is the grammatical things we learned today. Tajirun ghaniyun. Mudarrisun jadidun. ما هذا؟ ما هذا؟ هذا تفاح. هذا تفاح. التفاح فاكهة لذيذة. فاكهة لذيذة. We also learn this. This is also an example of the grammatical concept we learned today. The word fakihatun, you check your dictionary for the meaning. ما هذا؟ sorry. ما ذلك؟ ذلك عصفور. ذلك عصفور. العصفور. العصفور. Please don't say the meaning. العصفور طائر صغير. طائر صغير. العصفور طائر صغير. So طائر صغير follows what we learned today, the grammatical concepts we learned today. كتاب صغير. الكتاب الصغير. كتاب صغير. طائر صغير. العربية لغة سهلة. العربية لغة سهلة. العربية لغة جميلة. لغة جميلة. عمار طالب مجتهد. ومحمود طالب كسلان. طالب كسلان. من أنت؟ أنا طالب. أأنت طالب جديد؟ طالب جديد. أنت طالب جديد؟ نعم أنا طالب جديد. أنا طالب جديد. So our assignment, this thing I just read, up to أنا طالب جديد, you send it in your voice note. That's one. Number two is you type out and translate this passage. Type out and translate this passage. So you have two. The assignment has two parts. The first one is reading it out. Please don't read it until you listen to how to read it. You can listen to how to read it by checking the recording of this class. Yes, I will send the recording link, the link to the recording. So you check the recording of this class. Listen to how to read it properly so that you don't read it wrongly. Then that's one. So you record the passage and send. Then you now type out the Arabiya, and under each of them you translate. Under each of them you translate. You already know how to type Arabic. You already know how to search for meanings in the dictionary. So you are covered. Any question?
Yes, sir. The first thing that I know that for me to understand a lot, I have a lot of confusion in what has been done. But if I listen to it with the detailness of what you have discussed, I know I'll be able to pick one or two information. But for the assignment, you said we should type. I'm confused about that because before I want to be sure that I got the assignment correctly, sir.
The first assignment is to read it out in your voice notes. That one is clear. The second assignment is to translate the passage also. How do you translate it in your voice? No, not in your voice. Translate it in a written form, in a typed form. What you are translating, you have to write the Arabic first, then put the English under it. Write the Arabic, then put the English under it. And I thought even write it in Arabic.
Is it write or type?
Type.
Type and write the meaning. Okay.
You type. You are not using your paper and pencil for this assignment. Yeah, paper and
pen. I like paper and pencil. When you are not yet fast on keyboard, you try to avoid it, but you have to use it to be fast on it. So
sure. Nah. I mean, all right. There's no other question, right?
No.
Okay.
So inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
آمين وأنتم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.